All but certain Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney made an appeal today to evangelical Christians, a group whose support he will certainly need if he is to prevail in the fall. Romney traveled to Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia, the largest evangelical college in the world, to reach out. National correspondent Chip Reid joins us now. Chip, good evening.
Well, good evening, Jim. Mitt Romney has struggled to win over evangelical Christians, in part because many evangelicals believe Mormonism, Romney's faith, is a religious cult. Well, today, Romney emphasized the shared values of two very different branches of Christianity.
People of different faiths, like yours and mine, sometimes wonder where we can meet in common purpose when there are so many differences in creed and theology.
Their different faiths can meet, Romney contended, by way of a common worldview based on Christian values.
There is no greater force for good in the nation than Christian conscience in action.
Romney said the word Christ, Christian, or Christianity a dozen times in an effort to dispel doubts among his evangelical audience that he, as a Mormon, is a Christian. In a speech that was more spiritual than political, Romney never mentioned President Obama by name. But just 3 days after the president announced his support for same-sex marriage, a brief mention by Romney of his opposition drew the biggest applause of the day.
Marriage is a relationship between one man and one woman.
Many listeners, especially parents like Bob Thompson from Portland, Oregon, said that was exactly what they were hoping to hear.
Yes, I think he needs to take a stand, and he took a stand, and it's really timely now with what's happened. And so, yeah, I think there was a lot of support on that.
But some students, including Bob Thompson's daughter, Chelsea, were not so pleased.
I think students were a little frustrated that he said that because they didn't want it to be a political, divider thing, and then I think they just didn't want it to be political. I don't necessarily think he should have said it in a speech like this.
Overall, though, Romney was warmly received, a possible first step toward firing up the party's conservative Christian base.
What the next 4 years might hold for me is yet to be determined. But I will say that things are looking up, and I take your kind hospitality today as a sign of good things to come.
Romney's mention of same-sex marriage may have been brief, but tomorrow it's expected to be addressed at great length by conservative pastors and priests across the nation as they take to the pulpit to condemn President Obama's decision. Jim?
Chip Reid in Washington.